Hi, my name's Lino. I'm with Talent Search at Texas A&M University Kingsville, and welcome back to the next part of our video series. In this series, we'll be looking at the cost of attendance for going to college. A lot of you have already completed your admission process and probably are starting to receive the award letters, while some of you are still going through the process itself. So, whenever it's time for you to get that letter, you'll know what to expect, how to deal with it, what everything means. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so a quick recap for those of you who know about these points, and I will go over them for people who don't know or may have a question about one of them. These are the four types of financial aid. You have your grants, which is free money awarded to you. You have scholarships, which you've applied to from different campuses, maybe your community, maybe your high school, and this is stuff that you've applied from where it's from your extracurricular activities, your academics, maybe some outside community service work that you've done, they've awarded you extra money for that. You also have loans, which is money that you can borrow and you're expected to pay that back. So it's usually a last option to go for. And then you have your work study, which is a part-time job that you are awarded through financial aid. And this is money that you're getting from a part-time job on campus, and those are the four types. So the thing about this is you don't need to accept all the awards offered to you. Depending on what your situation is how much you're going to be taking. So with that being said, loans are the recommended to be like the last resort. So if you have enough to pay for your college through your grants and your scholarships, and maybe find a work study job, then we should try and avoid the loans because that's money you're going to have to pay back. And that's something you don't want to have to deal with because then interest comes out on top of that. So you're going to be paying extra money on top of what you are borrowing. So, with that being said, accept the full amount of grants and scholarships. Like I said about it being free money, that's money you don't have to pay back, and that's money for you. So you always want to accept the full amounts of those two anytime that you're awarded those. The next one is your award letter is actually an estimate. If you look closely, your full amount is made up of your grants, your loans, your work study, and your scholarships all together. So if you don't need your grants, or you don't need your loans, or you don't find a work study job, then you're going to have to subtract those from the total, and that's what your actual estimate is going to be. All right, so let's go over some terms that we're going to be looking at. The first one is cost of attendance, and in short, this is how much it costs for you to go to college within a full year. So this will include your tuition, your fees, your dorm, your meal plan, as well as your books, your supplies, and your transportation, your loan fees if you do have them, as well as dependent care. The next one is expected family contribution, and this is how much your family can help pay for you to go to college. And this is looked at by how much they make, how much Social Security they make, unemployment, how many people live in your house, and that'll help determine how much they're able to give for you. The next one that we're going to look at is the financial need. And your financial need is whatever's left over from your cost of attendance after we subtract what your family can contribute. So if you want to look at it, your financial need equals your cost of attendance, which is how much it is to go to school for a year, subtracted by your expected family contribution, or how much they can help you chip in for your college tuition. So let's look at an example. For an example, if your cost of attendance is 16,000 to go to school for a year, and your family can help you with 12,000, so your financial need is 16,000 minus 12,000. So your financial need is 4,000. So when you're applying for financial aid, you're not going to be guaranteed any more than 4,000 in the base aid. All right, so next up, we're going to be talking about semester terms that are offered in your award letter. And some letters will include intersession terms, which students don't normally attend, such as summer and winter. Some students attend classes during these terms in order to graduate faster. They maybe want to get ahead, or sometimes they want to take a class that might not be offered the next semester coming up, so they want to be able to stay on top of it. Others usually don't take classes during these semesters because they want to take this time to go back home, take a break, maybe get a part-time job, maybe spend time with family. So it all depends on how you feel about it. It's totally optional. It's not expected of you, but if you want to, great, go for it. The thing about these semesters is they do cost around the same amount of money to take as a regular semester. So that's something you're going to have to keep in mind. So be sure to review your award letter to see if it reflects the optional semesters. So we'll get into it in a bit, but when you look at an award letter, it'll give you prices for all semesters, including those optional ones, and then give you a total. So you're going to want to look closely at that to make sure that if you don't want to take summer or you don't want to take winter, you take those out of your total. And that'll give you a better estimate of what you're going to have to be paying. So, summer classes require that you have filed for FAFSA the previous year as it's part of the previous academic year. So, when you're filing for it, say for 2020, you're going to be filing for 2020 for, in order, summer, fall, winter, and then spring. In that order, so if you want to be able to take classes during the summer, you're going to make sure that you have it done early. So that way you can take all the semesters that are available to you. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at an example letter so we can go ahead and go over it and see how it works. Alright, so we have our example letter, and our Pell Grant is offering us $200 for the summer, fall $800, winter $800, spring $800 for a total of $2,400. So, what if I decide not to take summer or winter? Well, here's what you do. You simply remove those from your total. So, as if they don't exist, you can cross those out, and you'll be taking those from the total. So, you're going to take your total semester award, which is 2,400, and you'll be subtracting the total of summer and winter, which was 800 and 200 for your total. So, you have your total, 2,400 minus 1,000 for both summer and winter, and that leaves you with 1,400 that you'll owe for the total. Or, I'm sorry, not that you're owed, that you're awarded from your Pell Grant. Okay, so here's an example of an award letter offering work study and what it can look like. Notice how it says the word potential work study right under the award. This means that the position is offered, but actually finding a job on campus is not guaranteed. So you see that you're offered 3,000 for each semester with a total of 6,000, but it is potential. So usually you don't want to add that to your total when you're trying to estimate how much you're going to need because that is not guaranteed for everybody. So you want to be able to kind of look around, make sure that you can find a job, and if you do, great, you have a job. If not, we would kind of not want to be able to add it. Don't worry about it. Look for other means, maybe a part-time job off campus, or maybe you can find one on campus. Just whatever you're able to. All right. So, what if you're in a situation where you still can't afford to go to college? Even after all your grants, all your scholarships, your parents are helping you pay for it, you found a work study job, you're able to work it, and you still can't afford to pay for college. So, we have some options for you, and the first one is to sign up for a payment plan. And each campus has a different payment plan method to get that worked out. So if you want to know about it, check with your campus financial aid office so that way you can know how they go about having you sign up for a payment plan. And I've said this over and over because it's super important to worry about, to have inside your mind whenever you're getting ready for this. And it's loans. Loans should always be recommended to only do if you have to. So borrow only what's needed to keep your debt low. If you only need $500 left in order to pay off your tuition and your loan offers you 3,000, so it's best to only take what you need. So you can decline 3,000 and say, "Hey, I only need 500." And that's perfect. They're going to accept that and you can go about your semester not having to worry about that. And then when it comes time to pay for it, it's going to be a lower debt that you're going to have to be worried about later. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's take a look at an example payment plan from Texas A&M Kingsville. This is the current one they're using, so if you decide to come here and you find yourself having this problem, you'll be able to know how to go about it. So for this one, let's say that we owe $500. And after all of our financial aid, after we talk to our parents and they're able to give us some money to go to college, we still owe $500. So what you do is you go to your financial aid office and they're going to say that you need a $100 down payment to start. And the good thing about this $100 will go straight to whatever you owe. So you're going to pay a $100 down payment and then $15 to set it up. The $100 will go to whatever you owe, the $15 will not. So after you set it up, your first down payment is $100. You'll have $400 left to pay. So the way it works is you're going to be paying it off in 3 payments. So your first one is going to be due on September 6, 2019, and that'll be 10% of it. So on the 6th, you owe 10% of $400 because you already paid the 100. So 10% of 400 is $40. So on September 6th, you will be paying $40. So you have $360 left. On your next payment, which will be September 27th, you'll owe 45% of whatever's left over. So 45% of 360 is $162. So after you subtract that, you'll have 198. And then whatever you have left, you'll owe on October 18th. So 45% is 198, and you're paid. If you want some more information about this, there is a link at the bottom of this slide that you can take a look at. You can feel free to ask the financial aid office for more information about it. So the thing about this is if you fail to keep up with your payments, it will result in late fees. If your payment has not been made, you may be dropped from your classes, you may be removed from the university. So make sure to stay on top of that. And if you have more questions about this, you can always talk to the financial aid office. We have a link down below that you can see. Feel free to contact them, ask them any questions that you would like. If you're going to a different campus, make sure to ask them. And with that being said, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment, ask a question. We're happy to answer it. If you would like to ask Miss Stacy or myself, feel free to call us at these numbers. Our email addresses are listed as well. Feel free to contact us with any question that you have, even if it's not related to this topic, and we're happy to help. And with that being said, have a good day.